Hello and welcome to Express Drives. Today we have a very important and a special motorcycle with us. We are attending the global media ride of the all-new Royal Enfield Hunter 350. We are going to find out why this motorcycle is very important for the company. Why do they believe that this is going to change the mindset of buyers towards the company? Royal Enfield obviously has said that the Hunter 350 retains the company's DNA, but at the same time it offers attributes that no other Royal Enfield bike offers. So is that a marketing gimmick or is it true? Well, that's what we're going to find out, and we also are going to ride this bike at a special night ride in Bangkok. So let's find out whether the Hunter becomes hunted. So let's find out why Royal Enfield is saying this is a very different bike from their regular bikes in the stable. Oh guys, it's a Royal Enfield. Exhaust ka note to banta hai na sunne ka. So let's just start off, fire up the engine and let's hear the exhaust note. Now the Hunter 350 is based on the same J series platform like the Meteor and the classic 350. But Royal Enfield has done a lot of tweaks, and this is the reason why they believe this is going to be one of the most agile bikes they have ever taken out. So what are the changes they have made? First and foremost, the wheelbase itself. It is shorter by 20 mm. It is 1370 mm, that is 20 mm shorter than the classic 350 itself. It's also lighter. Now it weighs around 181 kgs and the classic on the other hand weighs 195 kgs. So it's lighter. If you look at the geometrics of the rack angle itself, that is also a lot more sharper. It is at a 25-degree angle right there in front. Now that again gives it more agility. It makes it a lot more easy to handle. So these are the little but very important tweaks that they have done. Now coming forward to the engine itself, it is that tried and tested the new 349cc, which again also powers the Meteor and the Classic. It has a power output of 20.2 bhp and a healthy torque of 27 Nm. Now the figures are exactly the same as its siblings, but according to Royal Enfield, it is supposed to be a lot more quicker. And why not? Because its power to weight ratio is a lot more superior than the other two motorcycles. So a lot of changes have been taken place, but the first thing that you'll notice is the ride stance. Now you can see that the foot peg, it's not straight like the typical Royal Enfield bikes. It is pushed back a bit to give you that little bit of a sporty riding stance. And at the same time you see that the handlebar is flat, so it doesn't really put a lot of pressure on your forearms, so it is fairly comfortable. You can ride in the city, and we've even ridden a little bit of a long distance because we had this bike for over 2 days and we really had no problems with the riding stance. It is definitely a lot more sportier than other Royal Enfield bikes, but comfort is not at all compromised. One of the first things that we noticed was how light it felt. You flick the handlebar and you can sneak your way across the slow moving traffic, and even on the highway or at high speeds it feels steady, it feels stable, you feel confident. And speaking of confidence, even when you take on corners, it stays steady, you don't lose control in any which ways, and because there's no additional weight, so there's nothing weighing in on you as well, so it sticks to its line beautifully. The only thing that we felt was because it has a ground clearance of 150 mm, so you got to be slightly careful when you take sharp turns and corners, because that is where the foot pegs you will scrape. But that is just once in a while thing. Otherwise, if you ride on a daily basis, you won't have any problems. Now when it comes to power and weight ratio, it is lighter, so that works in the Hunter 350's case. Now according to Royal Enfield, it is also 0.2 seconds faster. Now it doesn't sound that much, but you know, when you ride it, it just feels a lot more quicker, a lot more responsive. It doesn't have that lazy nature that you're used to from a Royal Enfield or a very, you know, laid back cruising way. Not at all. Twist the throttle and it just goes. As a matter of fact, the transmission also, it is the gearbox, it is very smooth. I didn't come across any false neutrals. It's fairly slick, and it was effortless to ride. Same with the clutch as well. It wasn't very hard, or you know, it doesn't take a toll on your fingers as well. So the overall riding experience of the Hunter is fun. It is about being practical. It's also about comfort. You can ride it from point A to point B, your daily commute. You can catch up with your friends for your weekend rides, and even if you have to go for a fairly long distance ride, it is still going to meet your requirements. And yes, of course, the ride quality, well, we told you that we are riding in Bangkok, so the roads are extremely good. They're not like the challenging Indian roads, but whatever little ditches that we did come across, well, the Hunter 350 carpeted it. It was extremely good. It sailed over these little booby traps on the road, but we have to ride in India to find out how it actually fares. But just to keep in mind, the front forks are 41 mm, which is the same as the Classic, and the rear here, it has a 6-way adjustable one. So if you're just a solo rider, you can set up the suspension according to your requirements, and of course if you have a pillion, then again you can do the same thing. Now when it comes to design, Royal Enfield has ensured that the Hunter 350 is not intimidating, rather a rider feels a lot more at ease and comfortable. And this is a very purposely made decision by Royal Enfield, because they want first time Royal Enfield riders or customers to feel right at home. And you can see the minimalistic yet very striking and muscular design will appeal to a lot of people from all different age groups. Now let's start with the tires itself. The tires, both front and rear, they're 17-inch. Now that is a new thing for Royal Enfield, because mostly it's a 18-19 combination. But the tires, their width, they are a lot more wider. They still use the traditional bulb as a headlamp. The top of the line Hunter comes with the navigation tripper. So that is a very helpful thing. We've used it in a lot of their bikes and they actually work. They're quite accurate. Now when you look at the tank itself, it is a 13-liter capacity, but the shape is not that typical teardrop design that you're used to, you see in other Royal Enfield bikes. It's a little bit more wider and does really look a bit more macho as well. Moving forward, I am sure you've already noticed that the exhaust is shorter, but we've already made you listen to the exhaust note. So for a change, you tell us what you think of the exhaust note, not us. The seat itself is brand new. It's a little bit wider. It also goes in sync with the sporty riding stance, so it is comfortable. On long rides, yeah, it can be a little bit soft, but then again, we all know Royal Enfield offers numerous accessories. So you can change the seat, you can add seat covers, whatever you want, it works. So it's not a deal breaker at all. And you move forward again, you see the two grab rails. Now these two signature grab rails are only for this variant, and there are two variants, the Retro and the Metro. The one we have here is the Metro. So the Metro gets these beautifully contoured twin grab rails, while the Retro on the other hand comes with the traditional one single grab rail, and the Metro also comes with alloy wheels. The Retro doesn't. I've also said that this is also a very accessible bike. Why so? Because the seat height is 800 mm, and Royal Enfield has purposely kept it a bit low, so that not just for us Indians, but there are a lot of women riders nowadays who are really passionate about riding. So this is also something that they have kept in mind as well. So as we mentioned before, that we are riding the top of the line Metro variant, and this variant or trim comes with a 300mm front disc and a 270mm rear disc. Now there's also the entry level version. Now the entry level version comes with the rear drum brakes. So it's the moment of truth. We have ridden the brand new Royal Enfield Hunter 350 for over 2 days. But before we tell you what we think of the new Roadster, let us just talk quickly about the prices. Well, it starts from 1.50 lakhs, then the mid variant is 1.64 lakhs, and the top of the range is 1.69 lakhs. So in our opinion, it is definitely a segment disruptor. As for the motorcycle, it is a compact, agile motorcycle. As Royal Enfield has revamped the engine, the 350cc engine is now a lot more quicker, it responds well, so it's nimble, it's great to ride. The only thing is the ride quality, because we rode this bike in Bangkok. We cannot really comment on how it will be on the Indian roads, but it is definitely going to be one of the most value for money motorcycles in the market. And if you haven't already subscribed our channel, please do so. Do let us know what you think of the Hunter 350, and also please don't forget to click on the like button.